This is my hands down favorite new base design, which will work for any scenario. It can house all the processing and function facilities you need on just a couple tiny floors, all in a compact and, in my opinion, nice looking base design, which is super easy to set up. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to, in this short guide with a little base tour, share my favorite base locations, tips to purify with ease, and so much more. So let's get building. So let's have a little base tour, shall we? It's a super small yet efficient, compact base design with everything you need for the early, mid, and late game. As you can see, I have a vending machine at the very beginning, which allows me to sell all sorts of interesting things like cheap gold and silver to my server mates. On the right, we have our garage. You can see that behind it, we have all the solar panels, so they're not in the way. This one is big enough for all the essential vehicles, basically. While if we go inside, you can see that there is still plenty of room to move around, but we do have a pretty nice lounge to begin with some CDs, some plants. We've got a nice place we can sit in, and of course also a bed with my battle plans. I also like to place my Deviation right here, so I can see his stats at all times. I really like this small yet cozy spot, which also looks beautiful if you have a blood moon popping up. Then the view or scenery is really nice. Anyways, this is where we have the supplies and gear workbench with also a chest with the required loot, our respawn, and also the two furnaces. I think that's more than enough with a pretty neat detail. You can place these little Deviation statues on top for a nice finisher. Or an ingot box. Right here we also have some snacks with, of course, our advanced stove, a fridge to keep everything nice and fresh, also a brewing barrel, the compost station, our osmosis water purifier, and also one for fuel. Underneath the staircase, I also have my disassembly bench, so I can quickly get rid of everything and also get those resources. Also have our place where we can store everything. If we walk upstairs though, this is where I have all the paintings of the bosses and also a truckload of deviations, a total of 20, with also some nice fishies. Took a pretty long time to catch these two fellas, but yes, I think they look really nice. Most of them are blue and gold Digby boys as of right now because I wanted to farm some resources easily. We've got a Chef with Saurus. I also have a blue shroom with 4-5. We've got a purple nutcracker right here, another blue deviation. Then also a By the Wind, a 4-2 from the new Lunar Oracle events, a 4-5 Xeno Purifier. We have a 5-3 cat right here for resting and even more nice deviations. Finally, also an electric eel. I only use one of these electric eels right now because we still have a nice amount of bonus power. As you can see in this one, all the rest is fully taken. But yes, also the advanced synthesis bench on the first floor, as well as a armor and weapon crates, and in the middle of it our wish machine. That's it for the first floor. We also have 4 more of those deviation containers underneath the staircase, as you can see. So even more place for those electric eels if you need it. Anyways, if we walk up the stairs, this is where Growshroom is working hard for those nice plants. We also have our target dummies, so we can do a little bit of practice with our build. Also a water container, of course, that supplies the automated irrigation and also some growing lamps, so we don't have to worry about all the farming. Oh, I forgot one small thing, the water pumps. I normally place them on the side right here, so about 4 and also as high as possible. You can also go with a little bit more, but this is because you want to make sure that the water automatically goes to your osmosis purifier. There you have it, everything you need to know about my small yet efficient base. If you're looking forward to building it, well, great news, because that's what we're gonna do right now. For which we're gonna pay Eternal Land a visit, as this is gonna make it a lot easier to explain the build. If you're also using the skin pack, which I have equipped, well, it really doesn't matter which type of foundation you go with. Wood, of course, is the one you find first, then stone, etc. But if we toggle this one, we can go for the concrete-ish variant. You want to make a square of 5 times 4, 5 width and 4 in depth. Then you're gonna take a wall. So that's what you want to have. Then we're going to make 2 more walls, again with the stone. I'm going to turn them around exactly like so. And that's basically gonna be it for the full walls. Now you can choose for wood or stone, doesn't matter. If you have the skim pack, you can also make these walls pop up. So we're gonna make a little square corner for chilling, which is gonna be exactly right there. And then also a little corner right there. And we also wanna make a doorway. So I'm gonna choose the stone door frame 03, and we're gonna place it right there with the transparent variant. Then we're gonna make the floor of the second floor or the ceiling, and you wanna fill the entire area except for the one where you're gonna have the staircase. So that's gonna be it. Right now, you wanna take those stone walls once again. We're gonna place one right there, another one right there, another one right there. And we're also gonna make it like so. And all the rest are going to be the transparent version. So we're going to have a very nice view on the first floor with all the deviation boxes, let's say. This is where we once again want to have a door opening. So we're going to take that one. On top of that volume, you're going to place an entire floor as well, because this is where we no longer have to provide a staircase. We're going to actually use these stairs. Inside, we also want to place the same type of staircase, exactly like so. So that's it for the absolute essentials. Now we can just walk inside, check out the nice spacing, get all the way to the top, while there is still plenty more for us to do. So let's move on to the details. First off, a painted door 02. I like to go with the second variant right here. We're going to place another one on the sides. There we go. Also go with a wooden parapet or another one. Just go with the secondary one and turn around those walls so they can face to the outside. And we're going to place this fence around the entire top floor, and at the very end also go down and place it on the sides right here. It is that simple. Right now though, of course, we want to make it look a little bit better with some visuals. So we're going to go with prints. I like to go with the rugged stone wall. I honestly don't know where I got it, but if we track it, you're probably going to be able to find it pretty easy. And we're going to fill in all the stone or wooden walls. So right now our base is going to look much, much better. This is going to give it the stone vibe, let's say, which I really enjoy. Place it on all the walls, in and out. This does give the walls a little bit more relief. While right now you're probably wondering, this does look a little bit odd. On the corners right here, we have this brick, silver-ish brick look still. That's where you want to take the structures and go for the stone column. Take the secondary variant and look at that. This is gonna finish it, make everything look so much better. I place this on all the major corners as well as at the front. Makes everything look a little bit better. Right now we're also gonna place them on the very top floor, as this is where we're gonna place a little roof over our heads. This is where we're gonna have our planters. So we're gonna once again take the stone ceiling, go for the secondary variant, and place a total of 6. There we go. There are just a couple more, which I forgot, on the sides right here. So we're gonna quickly take them out, place a column right in front of the staircase, another one right there, and also on the floor downstairs. That's pretty much it. Right now it's getting pretty dark though, so let's move on to the lighting. Otherwise, we won't be able to see what we're doing. The first ones I think that look beautiful would be furniture, lighting, and go for the yard light. Also part of this texture pack, let's say. I like to place them on the very corners of every single one of these fences. So one right there, another one right there, in each corner. On the first floor, you can also provide some light by just simply placing one on the top. And that, I think, already makes it look beautiful. Well, of course, there is much more we can do. Therefore, I like to go with the metal wall lights and place these on each corner of the build. So we're going to place them exactly like so. Make sure that it snaps on the exact height just like that and go one down. This is why you want to go one down, because otherwise you're going to have a conflict with the staircase. Voila. So that's it with all the lighting. Right now, of course, it's time to finalize the build. So first off, large solar generators. I like to place like 3 right next to each other right here. It's always nice that you have them exactly in the middle, a symmetric layout, let's say. Then we're going to take the garage. We're going to place it exactly like so. Sometimes it doesn't snap. Then you can just disable the snap with caps lock. Then it's always going to be a little bit easier to place this. Put it as far or as close as you like. I think right here is going to be nice because then we can once again go with the lighting. And we can place it right next to the terminal, let's say. If you snap it, voila, I think that looks pretty nice. This is where I like to place my fountain. Also go for the hanging stuff. I don't see it right here, but I'll show you guys in a second what exactly I mean. And go with the vending machine, which should be in front this wall right here. That's why I also have the furniture lighting. I just place some lights around it. You will see the final build in a second when we go to the utility stations. Then we want to go inside, and yes, there is plenty more you can do. This is where I like to put my bed on the sides. You can really go with whatever orientation you wish. My securement unit is about right there. The curved sofa, I think we have it right there. Then also the banana plant. I think this one looks beautiful. And we go for the Dracena bonsai. Place it right there. Inside this corner, I like to place my advanced gear and supplies workbench. So that's the gear right there. And that's going to be our supplies. Voila. If we close the door for a second, we can place our jukebox right there. Voila. And of course, place some boxes on the sides if you want to. We're also going to place 2 furnaces right here. Now you're probably wondering, it's dark. That's where we want to take out the furniture once again and go for the fluorescent lights. I like to turn them to this side, so sticking towards the front, and place them against this column right here, 1 and 2. And if we go upstairs, we can do the exact same thing for these 2 columns, which is going to provide us with more than enough lighting on both the floors, as you can see. Next to the furnaces, we're going to place our advanced stove right there. Again, if you want, you can place a box right next to it. We also want to have a fridge. That's where you want to have it. We also want to place the composter and the fermenter right next to it. The osmosis water purifier. There we have it. So we're going to place it in the corner right there. I can't find the fuel machine right now. So you're just going to have to slap it right there. And this is where we want to have our disassembly workbench underneath the staircase. Check it out. So just like that. And in front of it, you can also place a chest. We're going to walk upstairs. This is where I like to just go ham with the decoration. Furniture, furnishing items, decorations. This is where I have all these paintings. I'm not sure why they're not here right now. But oh yeah, also don't forget to place these tiles. If you also have the texture pack, I think they look pretty cool. The first thing I like to do to align everything perfectly would be to place a fish tank in the very middle of this room. So it's going to be a little bit easier to see how the securement units have to be placed. I like to place them exactly like so. You can of course go with different variants, while I like to just keep things simple. I'm going to place another one right there, exactly like so. So we have enough room to place some decorations right in between those. And we're basically going to fill the wall to the very end, or as much as you can place, basically. Underneath the staircase, I placed 2 more right here, which is pretty easy to do as long as you just keep turning them around. As you can see, sometimes they will not slap in the corner, but this time they do. So you're just going to keep turning them around and voila, it's going to be easy or no problemo to place them. Place the advanced synthesis bench right here. Also go for the wish machine in the very center. Then also the armor crate or a weapon crate. You can really choose where you want to place what. Now, for the top floor, you want to have as many of these planter boxes right next to each other. You just want to make sure that they fit. I like to just start at the very side. 3, 4, 5, and I think it's going to be 7, 6, 7. There we go. The fourth one of this row is going to be a place where you're going to put your automated irrigation system. Then you want to put your irrigation facility in the center. If we fly up for a second, you can see that we can actually cover much more ground. If you want to have more planter boxes, that's very possible. And of course, you also want to have some grow lights, which you're going to just place on the ceiling, just like that. Of course, make sure that the alignment is perfect. I'm just showing you guys where more or less you want to place them. This is where I like to place a water container. For some reason it says cosmetic has not been unlocked. Interesting. And on the other side, I like to have my target dummies. One in the very middle of that exact fence. And then right in front of those fence intersections, let's say, I like to place 2 more. As with the Pulse build, well, we're going to have a ton of AoE damage. Everything is going to spread, so it's always going to be nice how much DPS kind of you have on multiple targets. And of course, for purification events, you just want to slap down one of those facilities right there, but I always remove it afterwards because otherwise I can't use the dummies. Also place as many water pumps as you need around it, but that is basically it for the build, ladies and gentlemen. I already hear some people think out loud, purification with a Stardust Resonant Filter. Isn't that gonna be difficult if you have 0 defenses? Don't worry, as long as you have a nice setup, a smart placement, let's say, it's gotta be easy mode. That's why I absolutely love to make a short trip to the Mayor's Market, which is in the Broken Delta. Absolutely love this specific area. It's very close to the docks of Mayor's Market, where you can also find Marjorie. If I open up the map, this is exactly where you want to be. If you take out your blueprint and slap it down in the water, lift it a little bit, it's gonna be safe from harm. All the bad guys that will spawn during the event simply won't be able to reach your base. Only the ranged guys can actually deal damage to it, but your resonant filter is gonna be protected from these first attacks. And if you're using my build, you can take care of these waves in no time. It's gonna be easy mode to purify all those cortices, which is even fun to do because it feels pretty cheesy. And voila, at the very end, we even get a season goal completion. We're able to complete this event without the resonant filter taking any damage. Now, you're finally done with that build. You're happy after filling in all the details, but kind of hesitant on making your move to the new server. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about leaving all that hard work behind. You can actually just go back to the building menu, right-click and check out House Blueprint in the far right, as this is where you can save a draft of your base. You're gonna just simply click Add Blueprint right here, and we're gonna save it all, and then voila, your blueprint is simply just gonna pop up right here. You can just, for example, call it the Lunar Season build, confirm it, and it's gonna be right there. In the next season, all you have to do is press build right here, and then you're gonna have to fill it in with all the required materials. That's why it's kind of interesting to focus on wood instead of stone, because then all these walls can be placed instantly without having to make much progression or unlocking new memetic upgrades, let's say. I also want to quickly talk about some of my favorite locations. So one of those would actually be the southern part of the Mayor's Market, where you can just place it very close to the teleportal itself. Another one of my favorites would be very close to my favorite deer hotspot, which is right there. But yeah, right next to a teleportation tower, South High Bank. We're gonna have this beautiful view if we walk towards the northeast. You just wanna walk up the hill a little bit, and this is where we have our base on this little plateau. If we walk inside again, we're gonna have this beautiful view on a little town, which is called High Banks, also where I farm my gear mods on this specific chest, so it's very close to my base, but in general, yeah, the view is just beautiful. Another one of my favorite ones would be this teleportation tower in the desert, North Fort Erie, which is also at a gold-silver hotspot, basically. Amazing to get your hands on these precious resources, south of 70 Source Extraction Point and southwest of Blackfell, also in the Red Sands area. If we turn around and walk towards the east, you have this beautiful river view, and this is where you can also slap down this base blueprint as long as you are 50 meters away from the teleportation tower. Ah, there we go. That's the blue. So we're just gonna slap it down, wait for everything to generate in, and voila. So right here, we can have a nice view on the river. We can see some wolves in the distance right there. Now, for the Way of Winter, my favorite spot, pretty difficult to cover it right now, but that would actually be, if you know the map a little bit, right next to the seals, we have a teleportation tower right there. Another one which I really enjoy, you have this Frost Forge or whatever it's called. If you use the teleportation tower right there, you can actually have a nice view on this town and the sea, and you will be right next to the TP tower. In general, next to one of these towers is amazing because if your base TP is on cooldown, you can always travel in between these towers and towns, of course, because they also come with them. Alright, so there you have it, everything you need to know about this build. Small yet compact, efficient for both the early, mid and late game. It's gonna be easy to build while it houses all the facilities you need, plenty of power, deviations, etc. I'd love to know what you think about this build. Let us know in the comments down below. Maybe you made some alterations or improvements to it. Feel free to also share those with a screenshot on our Discord, which you can find in the description down below. Right now though, it's 4 AM out, working on plenty more guides, which are coming soon. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace.